Of all this, Republican Congressman Tim Walberg of Michigan is joining us. Congressman, it's great to have you on Bloomberg TV and radio. The countdown clocks are not on TVs. Nobody seems to think we really are going to shut down. Do we run the risk of sleepwalking into a shutdown on Friday?
Well, I hope not. I don't think we need to. I mean, you just have to go back to December with the CR we're presently under. All the Democrats in the House voted for it. We've changed nothing to speak of other than moving some community projects that we don't want to fund twice and taking some of those dollars and putting them toward things that I would hope that Democrats would want to support, even though Hakeem Jeffries told them this past Friday to vote against the bill. They were very supportive of making sure that bureaucrats were not laid off, but now they're willing to do something even more strongly committed to hurting not only the bureaucrats, but Social Security recipients, Medicare, Medicaid recipients as well. In the end, I think we're going to pass it because, frankly, it's what's needed. It is a true clean CR with just a few revisions in it, using present dollars, but it does what's necessary to keep the government open, keep Medicare recipients receiving what they need, Social Security recipients, Medicaid recipients, and by the way, it also gives the largest pay increase to junior enlisted military in 40 years. And I think that's something that's necessary. And so I believe ultimately we're going to get this out because we got to go to a bigger issue, and that's reconciliation for a tax cut.
Well, Congressman, just quickly following up on your point about Democrats, they argued they would be more supportive of a measure like this if it had constraints on the ability of those in the executive branch, President Trump and Elon Musk, to decide how the appropriated money is actually appropriated. Without that kind of language in this bill, can you guarantee that they will spend it as Congress has outlined?
Well, I guess I need to ask a question first. Would Democrats allowed us to withhold our votes until Biden assured us that he wouldn't spend it the way we didn't want him to spend it? That's ridiculous. They know it is. It's a false argument. What goes on in the White House will be controlled by the President of the United States. And Donald Trump is not a shrinking violet. When he wants to spend something that is appropriated for him, he will do it.
We noticed that, Congressman. We should let our viewers and listeners know that you chair the House Education Committee. And, of course, the president has made no secret about his desire to sunset the Education Department. If he achieves that goal, I guess with or without the help of Congress, will you and the Speaker sunset the Education Committee?
Well, of course, that takes votes again. It takes votes on both sides of the Capitol. And right now, I don't think there are 60 votes to abolish the Department of Education. But the President and my committee and our Ways and Means Committee can do significant things to right-size, to depower certain parts of the Department of Education, to force the bureaucrats who are over there to get things done that really speaks to quality education. And that's what we're going to be committed to with the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. We've had that conversation. She knows what a TKO or a KO means, and we may have to do some of that. But in the end, it comes as a result of Congress that put the Department of Education in place back in 1979. If we're going to abolish it, it will come through Congress. But I certainly will do what I can to make sure that states have more control. When you get back really to the nub of it, our biggest concern is with the students, the parents, and the teachers. We get those three things working right, regardless of what is in place as far as the department or what laws are in place. We get those things, the student, the parent, and the educator, those things working right, will do just fine.
Well, something that didn't do just fine today, at least if you were long, is the equity market, Congressman. And before we let you go, we just got a statement from the White House talking about a divergence between the animal spirits of the stock market and what's in store for the economy in the medium to long term. What would you tell your constituents that might be looking at their portfolio today or are worried about keeping their job about what they might have to endure in the near term for the sake of that medium to long term?
Well, first I'd say hang on a bit. Take a deep breath. This president has been known to succeed. His last term was very successful. Right now, he has told the people exactly what made 77 million people vote for him, the largest in history, that he would restructure government, he'd right-size it, he would reduce the size of government, and he'd give control back to the people. That is an aggressive act, and there certainly will be some upheaval that takes place. But I think if they bide the course and take that deep breath and not listen to Democrats that are talking gloom and doom. Remember what we just came through with 4 years of inflation that shouldn't have been there except for government overspending. With what the president is doing around the world as well as the United States, I think in the end, I would bet on his success over what the pundits are talking about.
All right, Republican Congressman Tim Walberg of Michigan, thank you for your time.